secret, the easiest way to learn English is to be using your English on a regular basis. But this is easier said than done if you don't know how and where to start. Various factors may be stopping you. You don't know how to start and you need some help, support, and tips to find the easiest way to learn English. In this video lesson, I will teach you the easiest way to learn English so that you can start planning and do something every single day to drastically improve your confidence speaking in English. Now, if this is your first time here on my YouTube channel, welcome. My name's Adriana from EnglishTeacherAdriana.com. I help English learners improve their English, boost their confidence to finally speak English confidently. If you'd like to drastically improve your confidence speaking in English, make sure to follow the next 2 steps. First of all, subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications so that you get notified. You know when I post my next video lesson here. 2, download my free audio guide where I share with you exactly what you need to be doing every single day to get the confidence you deserve to speak English confidently. You'll find my audio guide in the description below this video. Click the link, enter your name, your email address, and I will send you your free audio guide. Guys, to help you better understand the easiest way to learn English, first of all, we'll be looking at what's stopping you at the moment from learning and improving your English. Then we'll progress and have a look at a clear study plan you can follow on a daily basis to improve your English. Finally, we'll go through some tips to help you stay motivated, stay dedicated to do something every single day to improve your English. Let's begin by looking at what's stopping you from learning English. So the hard ways you're currently most likely learning English. To begin with, you're most likely wasting your time with old, boring learning methods. So you're buying grammar books, you're memorizing rote learning grammar rules, you're buying vocab books, you're memorizing just simple words, and this is not helping you because it's an old method, you're not using your English, and you're not learning English easily. You may also not be using your time wisely. When you buy these books, you're memorizing all this vocabulary, all these rules, but you're wasting too much time reading, trying to understand, trying to figure it out, and it's simply not working for you, and you get stuck and you get frustrated, which leads you to procrastinate, to think that, hey, I should be studying English today, but you never do it. You know, you have those books, you have those grammar, vocabulary books, they're simply too hard, you waste time, and you never get around to learning and improving your English. Now, this is most likely because you don't have a clear goal. You haven't clearly written down on a piece of paper. Yes, go and get yourself a pen and paper and write down clearly what your goal is, what you want to achieve with your English. Also, you haven't written down a time, a date, specific date you want to achieve this goal in. People work a lot better under deadlines. I work a lot better under deadlines. If you create yourself a clearly defined goal with a clearly set out deadline, you will want to do something to learn and improve your English. But maybe you've created yourself a goal, you've created a deadline, you know what you want, but you don't know how to achieve that goal. You don't know what you need to be doing every single day to improve your English and to achieve and accomplish your goal. Now, the easiest way to learn English is to surround yourself with the English language, make English a part of your everyday life, to be constantly doing something every single day to improve all 4 areas, those being reading, writing, speaking, and listening, and at the same time learning vocabulary and grammar so that you are constantly challenging yourself every single day, doing something using the language so that you can learn English easily, so that you accomplish your goals and that you are happy and satisfied with your progress. Now, I'm going to share with you a plan. This plan I use in my online training programs in the WhatsApp Speaking Club, where students dedicate 30 minutes a day to effectively use their time to learn English in an interactive and a fun and a new way online so that you can improve your English, boost your confidence, finally speak English confidently. Guys, I guarantee if you follow this clear learning plan for the next 30 days, you dedicate 30 minutes every single day, you will not only improve your English, but you will also drastically improve your confidence speaking in English. But only if you do the work every single day, you're dedicated and motivated to take daily action. So as you already know, you need to establish a daily routine to learn English. Think about you. When do you like to learn English? English? Do you like to learn in the morning, afternoon, in the evenings? When do you have time to dedicate 30 minutes a day? Write this down in your timetable, in your diary. Schedule learning in for the next 30 days. Now, you've written down when exactly you'll be learning English, but what will you be doing? As we already know, you need to be working on your listening, reading, writing, speaking. You need to be learning grammar, you need to be learning vocabulary, and also focusing on pronunciation, intonation, and speaking, as English is a means of communication, and you want to be able to communicate effectively with other English speakers. Now, we break this up for you in our weekly learning plan. Now, I suggest that you begin the week focusing on immersion and surrounding yourself with the language. Now, on Mondays, I recommend that you begin by reading a text. A text in the media, search for a blog post, search for an article, search for any text in English. Read this text and analyze the text for grammar and vocabulary. So, what do I mean by analyze this text for vocabulary and grammar? While you're reading the text, read for context, yes, but also pay attention to the vocabulary and grammar being used by the writer. This is a great way for you to identify how English speakers use various words, grammar, and phrases to express themselves better in English. Make sure that the text you're reading is challenging for your level, but not too challenging. So guys, try to choose a text where you can understand about 50 to 70% of what's being written in that text. Spice it up. You don't always need to be reading the same articles, the same books. Just a short blog post is more than enough. So this should take you about 15 to 20 minutes to complete, maximum realistically reading a text. You don't need to be taking any notes if you don't want to. Simply read that text. But then you have another 10 minutes you could use to better study and improve your English. Start chatting to people online. Communicate with them in written form. If you're reading the text about a topic, for example, politics, find some Facebook groups, find some forums on Reddit, on Quora, and comment, interact with people in English talking about that topic. Okay, so on Monday, you've gone through reading. On Tuesday, it's time to improve your vocabulary. So remember that text you focused on yesterday. On Monday, what you could do now is analyze that text for vocabulary. So you did this a little bit on Monday, but go through that text, highlight any new words, phrases, and expressions you've come across in that text, and look them up. In a monolingual dictionary, guys, don't be using a bilingual dictionary. Look up those words, have a look at the example sentences so that you can better remember those words, phrases, and expressions when speaking in English. Now, it's not enough just to be looking up the definition. Of course, make sure to be using these words and phrases in sentences, because the more you use a new vocabulary, the better you will be able to understand and remember it and use it correctly when speaking in English. Now, this analysis should take you about 15 to 20 minutes to complete, and you have another 15 or 10 minutes to get some extra practice in. What you could do is call up a friend, speak to them in English. Talk to them about your day, what you've done, maybe about any new words you've learned. Make sure to be speaking with them in English. Now, on Wednesdays, you can focus on grammar. Now, instead of getting a grammar book, memorizing all the rules, this isn't going to help you. Guys, if you're watching this video, you're an intermediate to an advanced English learner. I'm assuming that you can understand 50 to 70% of what I'm saying. And it's time to put your thinking caps on, to use your brain, and to analyze that text for grammar. Now it's time to highlight any new grammatical phrases you've come across. You can begin by highlighting all the articles or the prepositions, gerunds, infinitives, different phrases, structures that you're really struggling to understand. Highlight them and question yourself. Okay, why was that grammar tense being used there? Why wasn't that grammar tense being used there? Analyze this text for grammar, as this will train your brain to think faster in English and also better understand which grammar tense you should be using when speaking or communicating in English. Now, I do understand this is probably the hardest part because it's application of grammar. Guys, I do make it a lot easier in my online training programs to figure this out. All the details about that are in the link in the description below. Make sure to check that out. Now, Thursdays is a great day to focus on listening. So listening to natural conversations. Guys, don't be listening to pre-recorded conversations that aren't natural, people speaking very slowly and not using connected speech. No, this won't help you. You need to be listening to natural conversations and just immerse yourself in the language. Now, how do you find these natural conversations, you ask? You could listen to a a podcast, listen to the radio, watch some video interviews here on YouTube. Guys, be creative. Listen to conversations that you genuinely are interested in, and stress less if you don't understand everything. Now, if you're really struggling to follow conversations, native English speakers, I do suggest that you start with a podcast, listen to a podcast, and also choose a podcast that has a transcript so that you can listen to the podcast and you can follow the transcript. Again, I don't suggest that you use that 30 minutes on Thursdays just to be listening. Guys, it's enough for you to be listening for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then use the rest of the 20 minutes to analyze. So analyze maybe what they said, why did they use that word. Even if you listen to maybe 2 minutes of a podcast episode, but you really critically evaluate. So you use your brain, you think about, okay, what did they say? Why did they say it like this? Why did they use this word? Why didn't they use another word? Think about why they are using those structures and ask yourself questions. This will better help you understand exactly how you can express yourself in different situations. Now, on Fridays, I suggest that you focus on improving your pronunciation, your intonation, so that you can speak more naturally in English. So on Thursdays, you listen to a natural conversation. You've already been immersed, surrounded in the English language. If you've chosen a podcast with a transcript, use this podcast on Fridays. So on Fridays, listen to that natural conversation again and shadow. So shadowing is when you repeat out loud. You can do this either at the same time as the speaker or after the speaker. It's up to you, whatever's easier for you. But guys, shadowing is powerful. It will help you improve your intonation, pronunciation, and simply also make it a habit. You want to make English a habit so that when you do have to speak about different situations, maybe at work, on your lunch break, you are able to do this more comfortably and you're not shy. Now, on Fridays you have 30 minutes, but I wouldn't dedicate the full 30 minutes to shadowing. It can be a little bit boring. Try for about 5 to 10 minutes maximum, okay? 5 to 10 minutes isn't a lot. Now you're left with another 20 minutes, okay? 20 minutes to study English. What you can do here is try to find a speaking partner, somebody you could speak with in English so that you can use everything you learned throughout the week. Now, we make this easier for you in my online training programs. We connect you with other people in our WhatsApp group, in our group calls with native English speakers. You can find all the details of that in the link in the description below this video. But if you'd like to really find a speaking partner today, maybe you could use a Facebook group, join Facebook groups based on topics that you like, interact with those people so that you can develop real connections based on your interests and so that people will be interested in talking to you. Now we're left with a weekend, so Saturday and Sunday. Now I understand, guys, that you're thinking, okay, there's a lot of information here and you may need to catch up on the weekend. Don't be too hard on yourself, guys, if you maybe missed a day throughout the week. Use the weekend to refresh your memory, to go through what you've learned throughout the week. If you feel like you've mastered everything throughout the week, connect with people, use social media, follow accounts on social media and start discussions. Don't be starting commenting on posts or interacting with people. Just ask them, how are you? Ask them interesting questions so that they will reply, so they can establish meaningful conversations with people. Also, make sure to join groups. There are many online groups focusing on your interests. So don't be joining English learning groups. Join groups, for example, if you're a vet, join groups where there's a lot of vets. If you're a doctor, try to find a Facebook group maybe, or a group online with doctors in there. Share your expertise, your knowledge with those people, and you will see your ability to, first of all, overcome your fear of meeting people and speaking in English will just disappear because you are talking and interacting with people who have similar interests to you, and you'll be more motivated to share your thoughts and your ideas with them. Now, on Saturdays and Sundays, I do suggest that you use these 30 minutes just to connect and use your English because, it's a weekend. You want to have fun on the weekend. You don't want to be studying and looking through books or listening. If you do, it's okay. But I do suggest that you focus on connecting and using with real people on the weekends. Now, guys, honestly, this study plan is really simple. If you follow it clearly, 30 minutes every single day, you will drastically improve your confidence speaking in English. But I know that you're probably thinking, I can't do this, I won't do this. And I'm going to share with you some tips to help you learn English easier. To begin with, stop making excuses, okay? You're solely responsible for your your learning. If you want to improve your English, if you want to speak confidently, you need to change, you need to do something, you need to create a goal and do the daily work. If you don't do the work, then don't expect to improve. It's all really up to you. My second tip is to surround yourself with the English language as much as possible. So listen to songs, listen to music, any small task that you can complete and do in English, be that on your phone, on your computer, do it in English. The more you surround yourself, make English a part of your everyday life, the easier it will be for you to learn and improve your English. Tip 3, use social media to your advantage, guys. So, as you know, you want to be making English a part of your everyday life, to surround yourself with the English language. So, use social media as a way to surround yourself with the English language. Only follow accounts on Instagram or on YouTube that use and communicate in the English language. This is a great and easy way for you simply to get this immersion experience. Now also try to not translate. So when you are reading, when you are listening, when you're learning new vocabulary, while you are communicating with others, don't try to translate from your native language to English. Try to use what you know. Switch your brain. I know it's easier said than done, but think about the words that you know in English and only use them to communicate and to think about that problem, that situation you currently find yourself in. Now, I know that in the beginning this is going to be hard because I don't have enough words, I don't know enough phrases, but if you can understand 50 to 70% of this video, you do have a very good understanding of the English language and you can do it. This actually leads me to my next tip, which is to be positive and congratulate yourself all the time. A lot of you really think that you don't know English and that you're not improving. Guys, you do know a lot of English. Be happy, be grateful with the level you have now, and when you do make a mistake, when you don't understand something, understand that you are learning, you are challenging yourself to do something and to improve. It is hard to learn a second language, so just be happy that you are actually doing something, provided that you are doing something every day, of course. Also remember, guys, it's really important to be using the English language in spoken and written form every single day. I've gone through this in the learning plan, but if you don't use your language, you don't communicate with people, you will not improve. Also, it's important to not give up. So if one day you have a bad day, or maybe you can't be bothered learning, just don't do it, okay? If you really don't feel like doing it that day, you don't have to do it, but then do it the next day, okay? It's okay sometimes if you feel down, don't feel motivated, but remember, make it a point to actually do it the next day. Don't simply give up thinking that English is too hard. It's like this mysterious language that only special people can use, can speak. Guys, it's not that hard. You can do it, but you won't get there. You won't be able to improve your English or speak confidently if you give up. You have to be doing something every single day, so stay motivated, get some support, and just do it. Finally, it's important to just have fun. Guys, English language is a means of communication. You are speaking, you are writing, you're communicating with people. Have fun when you are immersing yourself in the English language. Only talk to people that you genuinely like, that you're interested in, and also find resources that genuinely interest you. If you're not having fun while you're learning English, you're not going to be motivated and you will give up. Have fun. Think of English as just this lovely language you want to learn. It's not that hard if you do follow these tips. So I've showed you the easiest way to learn English, but guys, it's really up to you. You do need to take responsibility to do something every single day if you do want to drastically improve your confidence speaking in English. Stop making excuses, do the daily work, and I am sure that you will be happy, you'll accomplish your goals, and simply speak confidently in English. Remember, guys, if you like this video lesson, make sure to like it, hit subscribe, turn on notifications so that you know you get that bell when I post my next video lesson here on my YouTube channel. If you'd like more tips to better learn English, make sure to check out these 2 video lessons here. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next lesson. Bye for now.